Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a battle on the Lakeville map, and it's Fury from VD-Clan and his LT-432. It's going to be an interesting battle, I think, and we'll give explanations about what's going on. Alright, so the first task with any battle is you want to check the lineups of both your team and the enemy team. The enemy team's got an LTDB, but it's also bottom tier, so spotting is going to be the main activity for light tank, but you also need to be opportunistic with being able to do damage whenever you can, just to help your team otherwise. Anyway, coming to this position here is about spotting tanks that go up the middle road. So far nothing been spotted yet. You can see he's got binocs, and their binocs have activated. Now he's spotted at 907. So that 90's taken a little bit of damage, and now he's spotted a Chimera who's come up, backing up the 90. Okay, now the LTDB's been spotted as well. Alright, so could have been because he fired. But so far Fury hasn't been spotted, which is good. So Camo is holding up. Nino's being very aggressive, rushing up to the front. The LTDB is backing off. He's been quite severely damaged. Fury gets the shot in to get the kill, which is good. Gets rid of that light tank. He did get spotted. Now the question is, will he get blind shotted in this position by the Chimera? Because the Chimera's backed off, and there you go, shot came in, but luckily absorbed by the tracks. Now as you have a look at the LT-432 profile, it is pretty much all tracks from a side position. So anyway, safest thing to do when you've been blind shotted in a particular spot is not hang around. So it takes a back route to basically go dark and potentially take up the same position. There's a I know from his team he decided that was a great thing to do with his medium tank, but really I don't think that was wise. Now where the Chimera was last seen is on the edge of view range, but again, let your binocs kick in. Now you don't want to knock down things as well, because that gives the other side the indication of where you might be. Alright, binocs are up, but nothing spotted. And coming up to this obvious bush now, he's been spotted. The Chimera has been spotted as well, and he takes a hit from both the Chimera and a 907 that's behind him. So he's a bit exposed now, got tracked, and he's got an over repair kit because he's used his slots, food, binocs, and camo net. So you're just relying on the training of your crew. Now if you're going to drop your repair kit, you really need to have your crew 100% trained for repair. And that means the whole crew. So he gets spotted by an E4 there as he crosses, but luckily the E4 didn't react in time. So he dodges that bullet, literally. And don't forget, you stay lit for 10 seconds after you've been spotted. That's one of the reasons I have the spotted icon stay on for that long, just to give you a reminder that you can be tracked while you're driving away. In any case, you can take advantage of the fact that Turtle, one from his team, is on the middle road and is pushed up, so he knows that as far as the distance where the Turtle's gone, that's clear. Didn't get spotted by that Tiger 1-2 while he was going across. Now there's the 90 who would have been the one that put rounds into him before, and just looking for a bit of exposure, shoots at the Tiger 2 and gets spotted that time, so that's interesting. Either there's another tank there, or the Tiger 2 just had enough of his tank poking out to get the commander's hatch up. Fires a quick shot in there, not sure if that connected or not. We'll have a look at damage. Puts a shot into the 90, but that doesn't penetrate. And yeah, just trying to do some damage here, because spotting is not going to really help in this position. It's good to basically show your team the disposition of the enemy team, but there's not that many opportunities to get guns firing on them other than your own, so taking the opportunity to use his camo skills and try and put some shots into this 907. There he gets shot again, this time by a Charfature 4, so probably on the edge of the lake as is indicated. And they'll definitely know he's here, and that's one of the reasons why they're not pushing out across too quickly. And he managed to get a side shot in on the E4, but the damage is only 185 a shot, or yeah, that's roughly the average you get, so you're not going to rack up huge damage totals unless you can just keep your gun going and going. He's already got 3.5k spotted damage, so that's definitely good value, but not much more you can do on that side. So coming up now to the valley road, where there seem to be way too many tanks than necessary. So you're either holding this area or you're pushing it, and it's a bit insane to expect that you're going to push too far. So if you just come up here, you can take this spotting bush here. Now there's no artillery, so you know you're going to rely on your own team to crest and take shots. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they decide to push or not. There's enough tanks here that they could easily overwhelm. There's only the 50 TP, the Turtle one, and there's an STG and a T-30 at the back. Now they've gone dark, but we know that they're there. So at some point they should decide, alright, well, there's enough of us and the ones that we're seeing here have been damaged. We should all go together. But collectively that's a hard decision for a random team to do. So you've got to sort of rely on your team to feel like they're in the strong position to make that push. So the more intelligence Fury can give them, the easier it is for them to make that decision. There's a STG's been spotted at the back. He's very damaged. The Turtle one's also reasonably damaged. So they can get rid of 2 tanks pretty quickly and have quite an overwhelming push here if that's what they decide to do. But definitely the city's been lost, so looks like they've got a TD and a medium tank doing a bit of defence, but they're going to have to do something soon, either go back and defend or push down here. Now the Turtle's been taken out. That STG is definitely one shot. I think he's 96 hit points from what I can see. Now they need to push on this 50 TP. And the thing is with the layout of the valley is you can push in this area, and as long as you get close to the that rise in the middle of the track, then you're a bit protected from the back where that 230 is. Okay, now they've spotted another tank down there. I notice the STG just hasn't been gotten rid of yet. So once they've pushed, it's time to go. Alright, the phase 1 has decided to go in. So those other tanks better go in and back him up. Otherwise it's going to be a bit of a waste of a tier 9. Right, so Fury goes in, decides to get down pretty quickly, which he does. Unfortunately, the phase 1 gets taken down, but now there's a few tanks surrounding the 50 TP, so he can afford to take some side shots on him. He just wants to stay out of the way of the gun of the T-30 down the back. Goes for the tracking shot, that doesn't quite work. Now he's just got to try and do damage. And while he's fighting the M103, Fury can damage him the other side, which is going to help both of them. 50 TP decides he wants to get rid of Fury. But who gets the kill? Well, luckily the 103 does, so that's got them back to parity, but you can see there's tanks on their cap. So the game is really in the balance here. Oh, and the T-30 takes out the M103. So what's Fury going to do? Is he going to go back and defend? Oh, I don't think so, not with 200 hit points. Can he come around here and deal with this T-30? And he comes up on the cap area, which is good. Nothing on the cap. There's the T-30. Doesn't seem to have noticed him. No, his first shot in just ricochets. Gets another shot. We did see a shot come in from somewhere. Not 100% sure where that was. But this T-30's got no idea how to deal with the LT-432. He's down now to a one shot, and the DPM on the, or at least the rate of fire on the LT-432 really dealing harshly with that T-30, and he gets the kill. So that brings Fury up to 2k of his own damage, 2.1k, and he's got 3.6 of assisted. Now he's going to rush back and see if he can help with the defense. So they must be getting resets, because with 2 tanks on cap, that cap time has been there long enough for them to get the win. And now there's a 907 pushing in, trying to take out some of the defending tanks that are getting the resets. And that means he's distracted, so Fury can get some shots in, gets a nice shot into the back of the 907. And he should get another couple of shots in. And he's got him down to 2 shots, I think. Get one more shot in. Yep. Now one more shot, and that's the 9-0 gone. Now Fury's managed to bounce an incoming round. Only 1 tank on cap, so they've obviously got a lot of expectation that they're going to win this. And they may still win this. This is not likely to turn out to be a win for Fury, but how much disruption can he cause and how much damage can he get out of this? That 907 cannot deal with him, so he's got the lower front plate of the 90 and he gets the kill. That's just excellent behaviour, but are they going to push off and try and kill Fury, or are they just going to cap? Well, it's only 1 tank. Can he get... he gets killed by the Lurva. So, well, that answers that question. Game over for Fury. There's just the Lurva left, and we won't last for the end of the game, so we'll just go and have a look at the results. Okay, so an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge at the end. Pity for the defeat, but he did pretty well there. 2.7k of his own damage and 3.6 of assisted damage. He got the Orliks medal for killing 2 enemy tanks in a light tank. They're at least 1 tier above you. That would be the 907 and the T-30, so a tier 10 and a tier 9. Let's see how it compared to the team. So 901 base experience in a losing team. That's very impressive. I think he would turn out to better than the highest on the other side, was the Chimera. So we'll have a look at that when we look at the personal detail, because that Ace Tanker includes the base plus the Courageous Resistance reward. So we'll see what that turned out to be. The enemy side, the A Phase 1, who was playing in the middle, did nearly 4k, so good contribution there. The M103 that backed him up was just a bit too slow to move, didn't get a lot of damage out of it. Buddhist 15, who was on the other side of the map and was doing a bit of defending, and the Object 907 doing over 2k, but really that was the major contribution of their team. And on the enemy side, the 90 that he killed at the end, which I think that was the 90 that he killed, was 4k. And look, being the best tier 10 medium tank in the game, and you can't get rid of a tier 8 light tank, it's really not outstanding. So anyway, let's go and have a look at the detail here. So he fired 28 shots, 24 connected, and 18 of those penetrated. He was firing pretty much, I think he's only had premium rounds loaded anyway. Got some battle payments which helped him out, so he did make a very minute profit of 102. Had to pay for all of his consumables. There was a consumable sale, maybe that was just before this battle, so perhaps we won't do that. So here we go, base experience, so 901 plus 497, which would have been the Courageous Resistance award, gives him 1398 base, which again, if you have a look at the team score, higher than any of the other players on both sides. So great result there. Just shows what you can do in both a light tank and being bottom tier, and tier 8 in a tier 10 game, which everyone seems to fear. So keep your head about you and look for those opportunities to get the most out of your tank in a support role, but yeah, and use your mobility to get around the map and look for those opportunities. In any case, another great game there from Fury. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. We will have more great content for you. So thanks for watching.